Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome along to the webinar on financial year end. I'm going to take you through the financial year end routine today, and obviously just talk you through the process itself and what to do obviously prior to running the financial year end. So without further ado, let's get started. Obviously what I want to show you first of all is if you log into Evolution, there are a couple of things that you might want to do before you actually come to do your financial year end. So for instance, under the purchase ledger, you may want to go into the reports, run your creditors report and run your suppliers balances at a date report. Obviously those two should balance, and then tie those together to the nominal ledger inquiry under the purchase ledger control account, and obviously the figure in here should balance back to the two total figures that you see on your report. Now, I advise you to do exactly the same through the sales ledger, so go in, run your debtors report and your sales balances at a date. Again, both to today's date, they should balance, the total should be exactly the same, and again, check that against the nominal ledger, nominal inquiry, pop into the sales ledger control account, and obviously the total figure at the end of the financial period that you are looking at should be the same as the total period at the bottom of the nominal ledger account. Okay, so what you've then done is you've actually checked to make sure that the purchase ledger and the sales ledger are balanced back to the purchase ledger control account and the sales ledger control account and the nominal ledger. Obviously you will want to run off your trial balance. So obviously run your trial balance up to the date at the end of financial year end and make sure that that is correct as well. As I'm sure you will be aware, come financial year end, you may have received some journals from your accountants that you need to put in, i.e. adjustment journals that need to go into the system before you can run that financial year end. It's just simply a case of going in, entering that those journals, and then making sure that you are happy that everything is correct, everything is tied up, and that you are ready to run your financial year end. Once the journals, the adjustment journals are in, and that you've done your reporting, and that you're happy that you've pulled off enough reports, all you then need to do is log into the supervisor option. Okay, once you're in supervisor, what I suggest you do is check to make sure that there are no users currently logged into Evolution. Now that is the exact message that you're going to want to see, no users logged in. If anybody is logged into Evolution, obviously ask them to come out before you start this process. Okay? You don't want anybody logged into Evolution when you are going through the financial year end routine. What I also suggest that you do is once you've kicked everybody out, and I'll do this again very quickly, just lock the users out of the system. So click the lockout button at the bottom, and it shows you there that Evolution is now locked. Okay, that has locked everybody out. So if anybody tries to enter Evolution while that is locked, they will get an error message saying Evolution is locked, advise supervisor. That means they've got to come to you if they want to gain access to the system again. Obviously then you can tell them that you're currently running the financial year end routine, therefore they're not allowed in. Also, once you've locked everybody out, you may want to take a backup of your data, just so that you don't actually lose the information, and you can store it in another folder in a remote location on your server or on a memory stick or whatever the case may be. Just allows you the ability to go back and view that financial information at a later date. Okay? Right, so we've locked everybody out of the system, we've made sure that we've done all of our adjustment journals, and we've printed off all the reports that we need before we come to run our financial year end. One more thing that you might want to do is just have a quick look at the system defaults and have a quick look at the period dates, because that will show you the dates that you are going to clear down from until. So as you can see on my system here, period 1 is the 1st of the 1st 2011, and my financial year end is in period 12, which is going to be 01/012/11. Okay, so what I now need to do is go into clear ledgers at the top of that supervisor options screen. So I click clear ledgers, and I go down to cleared nominal ledger, because we're actually going to be clearing the nominal ledger accounts out. Where it says account reference here, leave that blank. Okay, so tab down to the date field. Date field is the first section of the system that we need to type in, and it's asking us for the up to and including. Now that is the up to and including date of everything that you wish to clear down. Now we saw already that my supervisor system defaults period dates, period 12 was the 1st of the 12th 2011. Now I want to clear down everything in that month, so I need to tell the system that I'm going to clear down to the 31st of the 12th 2011, and I'm also going to tell the system that that is period 12. What I then must do is click the year-end button at the bottom. Now that tells the system that it's a year-end routine and that it must produce the year-end report. If I click OK at the bottom of that, what it will then ask me for is my profit and loss accrued account. And this is where all of the profit and loss accounts are going to be cleared down to. If you are using the standard evolution chart of accounts, the standard profit and loss accrued account is PLACC. Obviously, if you haven't used our standard profit and loss accrued account and you don't have our standard nominal account structure, obviously what you'll need to do is either create your own using the create nominal option here, or if you have an existing one, simply enter the nominal reference in that particular box. Below there it asks you for the year-end date. Now this is the date that the balance is going to be shown in your profit and loss accrued account. You can either put in the 31st of the 12th 2011, which is the last day of the previous year, or you can put in the first day of the new year. It's entirely up to you where you wish to see that opening balance. Okay. When you're happy, you click OK at the bottom, and it will then ask you for any other nominal accounts to be reconciled. Now, the system will automatically keep bank, because bank is the option that is a default in the system, and it knows that you reconcile your bank account. The reason for this particular screen is if you have multiple bank accounts within the system. So for instance, if you have bank as your main default account, but you also use something, let's say bank 2, bank 3, okay, which are separate bank accounts, they will not currently be saved, therefore allowing you to do bank reconciliation on them going forward into the new year. So what you do is you simply click the add button at the bottom and add any accounts that you wish to keep, so that you can reconcile them through the bank reconciliation feature. Now they don't have to just be bank accounts, they can be anything to credit cards, to debit cards, whatever the case may be. You can put those accounts into here, and obviously as you go back into the system prior to year end, it will allow you to reconcile those still through the bank reconciliation feature. Okay, if there is nothing else to add, you simply hit the commit button at the bottom, and it will tell you where the year-end report is going to be stored, and it tells you there that the year-end report is called year-end 01.001, and the file currently has 701 lines. The ability to print that is there for you, so if you wish to print that straight away, you simply can hit the print button, and that will churn out the year-end report for you. If, however, you don't want to print that now, the system will automatically save it under this file name, and you can go back in at any stage and click the reprint year-end button here, and that will allow you to go in and view that at any stage. Simply click OK, and it will then start asking you for the next financial period. So as you can see, I've now got to fill in 01/01/13, and as you tab down 01/02/13, and you have to work your way down this in order to fill in the financial period for the next year. Oh, excuse me, just bear with me a second. Now, obviously what you have to do when doing this is make sure that they are all following on and that there's no mistakes. Okay, it's just something that you need to do, and please bear in mind you only do it once a year, so you're not going to be doing this very regularly. Okay, once you're happy that they're all filled in, click the OK button at the bottom, and that is your financial year-end routine complete. And as I said before, if you click on reprint year-end, there is the report that we have generated today, and that is available to you, so you can just double click on it. You can go in and view the report at any stage, and obviously you can print that report out as and when you see fit. Okay, that is the financial year end in a nutshell. What I will say to you though is, if you did decide to lock everybody out of the system at this stage, please make sure that you go back into view current users, click the unlock button now at the bottom, therefore evolution becomes available and everybody can log back in and carry on with exactly what they need to do. Alright, thank you very much for listening. I hope you found it useful, and I hope to see you on webinars in the future. Thank you and goodbye.